What's going on, Duane? I don't actually play Warhammer. Nope, sorry. I just paint. I don't paint full armies either. I just paint minis that I like the look of. I've been starting my stream over the last couple months, actually, with a little bit of miniature painting. And I've been loving it, so I'm gonna keep doing it. I heard the game is pretty fun these days, but I don't really know. Why wouldn't you want to paint the same mini 15 times? With slightly different poses? Don't forget about the slightly different poses. If I were to paint an army, I would get very excited and try really hard on the first mini, and then less hard on the second. And then by the time we get to mini number 27, I just smack a couple of colors on it because I want to play. Used to compete in tournaments, so you had to try and stay relevant, but the high tier stuff, they don't care about presentation. Right, yeah. No, makes sense. Makes sense that they don't care at that point, but I think, let me just look at the reference again. I think the painting is an absolute blast, but I don't think I would enjoy doing a whole lot of, maybe, I don't know. Like, maybe if I accidentally get, like, a Zerg army going, or a Tyranids army, you know? Like, maybe one day I will decide, but... Okay, so this is the first base coat on all the metallics on the armor. I think that's pretty good. I'm actually very happy with how that turned out, so we're gonna put that to the side. Now, fun fact, we're gonna have to do another color, another wave, another round. But first we'll do the claw, I guess. I've been painting since February of this year. So a relatively short amount of time, but I don't know, I'm painting a bunch of random stuff, really. Anything that I think would be cool. So I'm trying out different minis for like different effects and like different techniques, and yeah, it's been fun, man. I've been watching a fuck ton of tutorials, yes. I tend to obsess over details, and I watch like every bit of content that there is to watch whenever I try out something new. So I've watched a lot of videos. Okay, I was just checking here what parts need to be metal and what part don't. So I'm somewhat following along with Duncan Rhodes' tutorial here. Except he paints his in the World Eaters color scheme. So I'm kind of following, like he also doesn't use an airbrush, and I use an airbrush for the plate here, so I'm kind of following along with the steps that he takes, but not really. So initially I was just following everything step by step. Now I'm mostly looking at YouTube videos for the different minis I want to paint as like inspiration, and then I try to do a decent job. Too thin coats? Yep. Too thin coats Rhodes. I'm not using too thin coats though. I'm using mostly army painter paints these days, which is nice. So what do you play then these days? Or you don't play Warhammer at all anymore? Because I guess if you played competitively for a long time, you kind of need a whole lot of, you're a thick coat guy and then mesh it around. Oh no. Oh no. I hate everything about that sound. I'm not gonna lie. One thick coat, group up all the details, bring them to the playboard, baby. What's up, Atopia? like how there's so many different varieties though of like hobbyists, I guess, in Warhammer. Like people that only play the video games, people that only read the books, people that do a little bit of everything, people that only paint, people that only play the tabletop, people that just spend all their money on Warhammer figures but don't actually do anything with them. You know, there's like a lot of variety. Yeah, I saw there's a new Subnautica announced. I'll definitely play that when it comes out. 2025. It's probably cheaper to hire a 3D modeler, buy a 3D printer, and print. No, dude, no. That's pirating, dude. That is stealing other people's intellectual property. I don't like it. Unless you're also into 3D modeling your own army, but that's an entirely different hobby. You wouldn't download a Warhammer figure? I wouldn't, but... What about a car? I would definitely download a car. 100% psycho. What about this little section over here? This is the part that I accidentally glued on in reverse. Not my brightest moment. Okay. Okay. That part should be good. We have a little section over here that needs to be painted in too. Just figuring out where the color is supposed to go is already kind of complex, man. Okay. As long as it's mirrored on both sides, it doesn't really matter. 100%, I guess. If I get some of the sections slightly fucked. We'll tidy some of this up when we go to the second layer. Okay. I'm picking different schemes for different models? Yes. So this one is Sons of Horus, mostly because I think the color scheme is cool. And because I had the Sons of Horus green bottle and I picked it up one day because I wanted to paint one of the guys like that and it seemed fun. And then I realized that is one of the absolute shittiest paints I've ever seen in my life. So I figured maybe through an airbrush, because I recently got an airbrush, it'll work. And it worked a lot better through the airbrush indeed, but I already had the paint and I liked the color, so I figured this is what we're gonna do. Although I have painted the Tyranids that I've painted so far all in the same color scheme. So I try to keep those in the same High Fleet Leviathan. Yeah, I think Sons of Horus looks awesome. Like this like pale green. Not even sure exactly what color you would call this, but this like nice palish green color is really sweet. You have Death Guard? Okay, nice. You don't want to part ways with it because you spent too much money on it? Entirely reasonable. As long as you're liking it, right? Like, I don't think there's anything wrong spending money on a hobby. As long as you're not going in debt for it and, you know, you can actually afford dealing with it. It's okay. There's gonna be blood and scratches all over these, by the way. Well, maybe not blood on this one. Maybe, we'll see. Definitely blood on the little grinder arm. You're in the hobby of spending money? Oh, well then Warhammer is perfect for you, dude. If you're in the hobby for spending money, you are Games Workshop's perfect customer. You picked up StarCraft 2 after you stopped playing? Ah, okay. So you haven't played in some time then. StarCraft 2 is quite old at this point. Yeah, the idea of painting a full army doesn't appeal to me at all. Doesn't seem fun whatsoever. He copped an ad. Is that what we say these days? Copping an ad? For real, for real? I make a living off of people that cop my ads. Cop or not, chat. All my Twitch ads, all my YouTube ads, I recommend copying them. Or you can subscribe on Twitch and never see any ads. How lovely is that? Can't see ads if I turn off your Oh, smart, Penguin. Gonna have to do some tidying up. Okay. How many of these are there? 3. Lovely. I wonder if I'm slow blocking in colors. Like in the YouTube videos about people painting minis, they are, you know, they're like, okay, just paint in all the metallic details, and then bam, right next to the next shot, right? So you go straight to the next one. But blocking in colors takes me a while. I don't think I'm particularly slow. I'm trying to be quite deliberate with it, I guess, but... Yeah, exactly. That is basically it, dude. Step 1, draw the rest of the fucking owl. Okay. I think this is okay for this arm. We'll go to the other arm. This one has the little drilly bits. The drilly bits definitely have to be metal. Let me take the larger brush, actually. I think that's a little too diluted now, but anyways. We can probably smother it on here. As long as it doesn't run off the model, it's fine. What paints am I using? I'm using a little bit of the Army Painter's gunmetal right now. So this is a Warpaints Phonetic Metallic. I've been really liking these. Can recommend, not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form. Although, if they watch, call me. Citadel pots? Yeah, no, fuck those, fuck those. I like the contrast paints and the shade paints a lot in the Citadel pots, but regular acrylics, I would be okay never using a Citadel pot ever again. I actually transferred mine over to little dropper bottles, which was a bit of a process, but... And now I have all my acrylics, like for example, I don't know, here's one. Nightquester Flesh in a little dropper bottle, because the pots are a little annoying. Yeah, dude, so many colors to block in here. So many metallic bits. I didn't think it was gonna be quite as much work as it turns out to be. This is just the first layer, may I remind you. The second layer should go a little bit quicker, but there are still a couple of areas that I have not gotten to. It's like an easy hour and a half, I think, for the first base coat on all the metallics. People paint entire miniatures in that amount of time. I like how there is a little bit of bonding in the miniature painting world, though, about Citadel painting pots. Everybody, everybody hates the Citadel painting pots. Kinda blows my mind that I've never changed it. It's also funny because they make like an airbrush variant of it. And with an airbrush, you really do need it to be inside of a little cup. Very rarely would you ever be... You would have to scoop it out of the little... I don't know. I don't know why you would ever buy those. It is kind of funny though. Games Workshop is a small company. I think they need to catch up though as far as those paints go, because I can imagine they're going to start losing a lot of market share. I think they will probably update all of their paints at some point in the future. I would not be surprised. I'd be very surprised if they doubled down on the paint pots. Because maybe that made sense like 20 years ago. But I really think they're starting to lose out on market share. The hobby is so big now. And there's so many people that would buy, you know, the Games Workshop paints if they were simply in dropper bottles. Like, that's really the only requirement. So just printing the exact same things, just making the exact same product but in a different container would sort out a lot of people's problems. I think they will probably either update it or come up with like a premium line or some bullshit and start selling them in dropper bottles. I would not be surprised. That takes effort. Well, they're a big company and they have a lot of money, so I think they can figure it out. It seems like a lot of people think it's a little bit malicious that they're doing it on purpose because the pots are known to not close properly. And because the pots don't close properly, the paints dry up. And if the paints dry up, it means that you have to buy more paint. I don't think it's malicious. I don't think it's malicious. I don't believe it. I think they're kind of holding on to like an old idea that people would like pick up their very first miniature and they would just smudge a bunch of paint all over it without ever diluting it. So the nice thing about those Citadel pots is that they have a little tray, right? So like you can scoop up a little bit of paint directly from this little pot, from this little lip, and then you can just paint it straight onto the miniature. But like in all their own tutorials, they move it onto a pallet and then dilute it. Like they always mention diluting it. So like I feel like maybe back in the 90s when nobody knew how to paint, the Citadel paint pot design was okay, but right now it just doesn't make sense. Any sort of information, any resource about miniature painting will mention diluting paints. Because you just, like, the paints are quite thick, right? Like you just goop up all the details. It doesn't make any sense. I don't think it's malicious. I don't think so, but maybe I won't copium, I don't know. So I kind of got into this year, right? But from what I understand, like 3 years or so ago, you did have a couple of nice paint ranges out there, but not nearly as many as right now. So too thin coats is very easy to get a hold of these days, and it is considered to be basically Citadel paints, but then better in every way. They're essentially the same price, maybe slightly more expensive, but better than the Citadel colors in every way. Like they literally make colors that are pretty much the equivalent of the Games Workshop ones, like a direct color copy, but then with better coverage in a dropper bottle, slightly higher container contents, and a couple of little changes here and there. And then obviously you have the army painter, you have like P3 is coming out with another range very soon. There's the Vallejo paints as well that are incredibly popular. There's a lot of stuff. I wouldn't be surprised. Like 5 years ago, it seemed like the Games Workshop ones were just the easiest one to get a hold of, and you know, distribution was quick and they were available everywhere. But right now you have like 5-6 brands that are available everywhere and that are easily gotten. I think they'll probably make some changes there, but. Okay. We have these little nubbly bits, whatever they are. I guess I'll have to paint every single one of them. There's like a little hair over here. Hold up. Let me get the tweezers. I should probably just have the tweezers permanently living on my desk, to be honest. I keep putting them away. It seems like tweezers are used quite a bit. Tweezers. What brushes do I use? These are Rosemary & Co. Series 99. These are Nautical Lindsley Sable. I think they're red sable, which is slightly different, but makes them a hell of a lot cheaper. So I kinda don't mind these getting a little fucked up by the metallics. I think I'm gonna make this entire thing metal. I think that would look nice. What's up, Alpha? How are you doing today, dude? Omega Spaghetti. Welcome back. Sigma Spaghetti, man. You're good? Nice. You get time away from work? You get to hang out in streams? Sick. Huge. You're going to work in a few minutes? Oh, okay. Okay, never mind then. I was gonna say, especially if you work in kitchens, I guess the weekends are busy, eh? What are normal work times for people that work as a chef in a restaurant? Like, what is a normal work day like? I've wondered about that in the past. Because I guess there's a lot of cleanup and a lot of prep as well. I'm guessing it's like 2 p.m. until like midnight or some shit? 2 until 11? Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, I guess you go home whenever you're done. Depends on the kitchen. What if it's a restaurant that also does lunch? Do you just have like a second crew that comes in? Is that the main reason why some restaurants only do evening service? Because I can imagine if you also do lunch, you just need a lot of people. You just need a second crew, yeah. It's a lot of prep work. Some chefs work double. I see. What's going on, Bob? You just got here? How's the dread coming along? I am blocking in all of the metal today, which is taking quite a lot of time. I'm gonna get my my second coat done here in a sec, I think. Well, this is my first coat, but I'm gonna start the second coat here in a minute. This is the second of the two hands that I am painting. We're also gonna have to fix some overspill next time around. I don't think I'm gonna do that today, but I did get a couple of areas a little bit smudged under. But here's the Dreadnought so far. We're getting some actual metallics on it. Look at that fucking spill right over there. On the hip. Anyways. Does make a really large difference. He immediately looks a lot more presentable. Yeah, the decals, yeah, no, so I did it, I hit it with the Ultra Matte. And I don't think you can really tell anymore right there. Same for like the black one over there. Very difficult to notice. Well, I will add battle wounds, but I want this to be like relatively clean before we start weathering it. But that is definitely now a prime area where we're gonna have to blend away some of our sins. We'll have to blend away some of our problems. Any of the areas that have spill, I want to do heavy weathering on this guy anyways. Yeah, they've made the subs more expensive, Spaghetti. For what it's worth, subs are always percentage based. So I get a 70% split from subscription income. So with subs being more expensive, it isn't just all going directly to Amazon's bank account. Jeffrey Bezos isn't counting money over people subscribing to my stream. I do get the majority of the price increase, but it definitely is more expensive than it used to be, yes. I think Norway got hit with like the biggest price hike, no? Norway and Scandinavia in particular. Jeffrey Bezos woke up and he's like, you know what? Fuck them. They're rich. Fuck the rich. Everybody was like, whoa, that's rich coming from you, Jeffrey. But anyways. I don't even know if Jeffrey remembers Twitch exists. No. He was brought up, I think the most recent time he heard about Twitch is when the nudity thing happened about a year ago. Twitch is a rounding error on the balance spreadsheets, man. Which is a bonus for Prime. One of the selling points for people to buy Prime. But hey, you know what? I quite like Twitch. It's nice here. This is Horus Heresy. Yes, sir. Well, it is a Sons of Horus Dreadnought. It doesn't have to be a Heresy Dreadnought, however. There's a period of time, right, before Horus is like, yo, fuck the Emperor, for real, like he you know, there's a little bit of time there. There's a little bit of a period here where maybe this could be a regular good old Dreadnought, just in the colors. Horus betrays the Emperor? No, don't worry about that part, sorry. You didn't get to that part yet? Oops. Moses already split the Red Sea too, Bonatera. Did you know that? Dumbledore gets killed too, dude. You know Anakin and Luke? They may be related. Gandalf is actually not dead. He comes back again in the second movie. He's a little racist though then at that point, because he refers to himself as only white. It's a bit... You grew up with Moses? Moses and me used to be friends. But then I turned 6 and I was like, you know what? This seems hella unlikely, Moses. We used to be friends. Yeah, I don't know. What's going on, Don? Luke and Leia are siblings and they almost went full Alabama. Sweet home Alabama. I heard Alabama is nice. Okay. Hi. That was a lot, chat. That was a lot of fucking silver blocking in. Jeez Louise. You know what we're gonna do after blocking in all the silver? We're gonna block in more silver. Time for another coat. Look how fancy my water looks, dude. This is what happens when you paint with metallics. You see those flakes? It's kind of nice. What do you think it tastes like? Mmm. Sparkling water? Absolutely. That's how that makes water sparkling. Okay, so for the second coat, I kind of want to make sure that we get a nice, steady coat on all of the metal. But also that we double check all of the sections here. So I want to have a nice solid coat of metal everywhere. But also to make sure that I have actually painted in all of the sections here. So we're gonna have to be a little bit careful in some of these areas. Some of it is looking pretty good already though, so I don't really need to, like this stuff covers well. Quite an opaque paint, so that makes it a bit easier. I will be adding a wash to all of this to shade it down, and I will also be adding like a dry brush highlight on it. Hopefully without touching the green. To give it a bit more depth. You don't like the taste of sparkling water? Aw. Sorry about that, buddy. Sorry, that was really mean. Oh, you poor thing. Yeah, I'm also not big on sparkling water. Add a little bit more paint and you'll be able to imitate drinking mercury. The planet? You're saying I don't even need to pay to go to space? I can just drink mercury on Earth? Nice. Yeah, there is definitely a flavor to sparkling water. I am not a big sparkling water guy myself. I'm a still water kind of guy. Sparkling water is like fancy water to me. Not very efficient for hydration at all. Makes me burp too. Not great, no. Burping and streaming is an entirely different category of the market that I don't really want to get into. Is this my... okay. Did we get my hair on the stream a lot today, chat? Or am I not going full goblin mode? Trying to not go full goblin mode, but sometimes the goblin in me comes out. Wait, is there a lot of hair on the stream? Or just occasionally? Honestly, as long as it doesn't take the focus, it's okay. Like sometimes my camera is like, ooh, autofocus on the hairball. Or the hair on the head, do it. There was some 4 minutes ago? Okay. That's all right. 4 minutes is basically an eternity. That's what Laurent told me. So I'm not too concerned about that. And she's very wise. It's only when I lean too much? Yeah. So some of the areas are just difficult to reach. Yeah, these areas, for example, are difficult to reach. It's okay, Jed. It is okay. I think this is essentially the final form of my mini painting setup. I've been putting in quite a bit of effort to try and make it nice. Hey, Kroll, what's up, dude?
Hey man, smile.
Thank you very much. Welcome back. Thank you very much, dude. 22 months! Hell yeah. Do I want a headache regarding this mini? A headache? What do you mean? This mini is nice. Not very headachy. There's 4 pipes on the top with the holes in them. They're exhaust pipes. Oh yeah, I was thinking about drilling those in, those 4 exhaust pipes, but I don't know if it's really necessary. We can definitely drill those to make them look a little bit deeper. I'll see what they look like when we're done with the shading and all that. Because it might look pretty much black anyways. Or not black, but like very dark anyways. Some black paint will be enough. Yeah. I think when we wash it and we get like a nice, like I'm gonna use some non-oil to like shade it all down. So I think that'll be the last thing I'll do today. We'll let like the second coat dry and we'll use a little bit of non-oil to like shade it all down. It's gonna look a lot darker. So right now the colors are quite bright, but I want them to look a little bit muggy and dirty. But we have to start somewhere. So a nice solid base coat of this is good, I think. I do actually have to change, or add rather, a little bit more over here. We're just doing one color today, guys. Literally just one color. Just one color. Just metal. Just a silvery type of metal. Okay. I think the non-oil wash actually is going to make quite a big difference too. Like that's going to make this thing look a lot better already. Because right now it all looks a little bit flat. Like you see how this is all like one set color. The wash is going to settle in all of those nice recesses and everything, and it's going to make the whole thing look a lot nicer. Suddenly we'll have a lot more detail. Okay. Let's try to see if everything here is looking okay. A little section over here that I missed. Especially from like angles that I haven't looked at it before. It's I think I'm gonna make these copper. I have this paint that I want to really give a try. I haven't ever used it before, but it's called True Copper. It looks more like a brassy color to me than anything else, but it seems to dry up pretty coppery. I think that'll be like a nice contrasting color. Generally speaking, Sons of Horus are gold with silver, but I'll try out a little bit of copper. I think it'll be fun. You want to add quite a few browns here anyway. Okay. Okay. Is that it? Some of the inner areas are a little bit tricky. So many tiny little details. I saw a video this morning actually of Duncan Rhodes painting Visic, the big rat. And now I kind of want to paint Visic, the big rat. This is like a new release that just came out a couple months ago. And it's like a demon rat. It's very gross. It looked so nice though. What's up, Mickey? Good morning. Happy weekend, dude. How are you doing today? But yeah, that's me whenever I watch any Warhammer miniature painting videos. I'm like, ooh, I want to paint that. What's up, Bine? Good morning. You just woke up? Nice, nice. I've been up since 7. It's been a while. But I'm always up at 7 though. Doing well? I'm doing great, dude. Can't complain. Although I will be honest with you, I'm getting a little bit tired of blocking in all this fucking gunmetal. I've been painting in one color now for a while. This is the nature of painting big machines, I guess. Doesn't really feel like painting. It feels like I'm taking a big bucket and I'm just smothering some of the sections of the miniature with one color. It's the right thing to do at this point though, but it's just a bit of a slow and tedious process. Yeah, I do have a very stable sleep schedule in general, because otherwise I can't function though. If I don't have a sleep schedule, I can't do shit. I get very cranky. If I'm ever cranky on stream, it's because my sleep was not good. Hard to make content, I find, when I sleep poorly, so I prioritize sleep. Hard to make nice content, at least. Content that I would be happy to watch. Funny. When I was younger, I kind of thought if I could ever, you know, work for myself and decide my own schedule, I would sleep in every day. And here I am, 10 years later. Been doing this thing full time now for quite a few years. And I wake up and stream. Yeah. I live a very strict schedule. A self-imposed strict schedule, that is. But a strict schedule nonetheless. aesthetic. What's up, Hyena? You snipe your own pyramid? I could ask my boss for breaks. No. My boss is a dick. He doesn't give breaks.